Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that you all enjoyed your weekend. And I know that some of you guys caught me on Saturday, which I don't know if I'm always going to be doing a live video on Saturdays, but it was really fun this Saturday to get on and do a live video since I know that some of you guys are curious about what's going to be going on for Valentine's Day. So I drew a few cards. If you're curious about the forecast for this week or what you can look forward to with Valentine's Day, you can check out my Valentine's Day Pick a Card, which is basically a live reading where you can pick out a card to predict what's going to happen for your Valentine's Day or what kind of advice you need for your Valentine's Day. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Nicole Brenny. I am an astrologer, a card reader using the cards of truth and the tarot cards, and I'm a life coach, which I love life coaching. And this is my channel, Listen to the Stars, and it's dedicated to all of those subjects, including astrology or including spirituality in general. So I'll have like some telekinesis experts. I'll have people talking about auras, different things like that on my channel as well. And I normally make these beautiful videos with like a nice studio, nice makeup, nice hair. But because I'm living in Costa Rica, I've really turned a page in my life. I'm living a much different lifestyle where that isn't so possible for me right now. And I just feel a great need to connect with all of you every single day. So now we're doing live videos every single day, except for the weekends, but sometimes including the weekends. And it's really fun because I get to say hello and I get to kind of get some feedback from you guys about what kind of content that you want. And I get to become better friends with all of you. So hello, everyone that is here. We have Marina, Trevor, What Keeps Me Up at Night, and Thomas. Or Tomas, who knows how to pronounce your name, depending on where you are in the world. Yes, I'm wearing glasses today. I wasn't planning on it, but where I live in Costa Rica is so dusty that my contact lenses were getting filled with dust, and I had to just wear my cool French, cool French glasses, which don't really match Costa Rica at all. All right, so in this video, it's pretty exciting because this is like one of the topics that I've thought a lot about for the past 3 or 4 years and something that I teach a little bit in my life coaching. It's about how to get better or improve at anything using what we know about the planet, the sun, as well as the sun cards in the cards of truth. But we're actually only going to focus on one sun card in the cards of truth. In the cards of truth, every single card that we have is related to a traditional tarot card. And one of the cards related to the sun card in tarot in the cards of truth is the Ace of Spades. So today we're really focusing on talking about the sun and the Ace of Spades. If you guys are interested in going way deeper with the cards of truth, then please take my course. It's going to be so much fun starting April 22nd. And you should sign up for it now because that's going to help me to kind of get the curriculum ready for a larger group. And it's going to help me to see what kind of topics you are interested in having me cover during that time as well. So preparation is going to be helpful for me. And the other thing is I do offer readings and coaching sessions. So you can book that at my website, NicoleBrenny.com. And for my classes, NicoleBrenny.com/classes. So anyways, let's get right into it after I see what you guys are talking about. Marina said, are you doing the Valentine's Day special you did last year again? Just asking for myself. What special did I have? Because maybe I will. Okay. Let me know what special I had. I am thinking of doing a special. So if you aren't signed up for my newsletter, there should be a link in the description box because I was thinking I might do a little newsletter and a little newsletter special for those of you that are paying attention and reading my newsletter. So I would definitely sign up for that. Yeah, so this weekend was kind of rough for my laptop because as you guys know, my laptop was overheating. And so I had to take it in to get fixed. And it was the nastiest, dirtiest laptop ever inside of it because I live in a dust storm. So it's working a little bit better now, but it's still having a big problem with the battery. So I might have another interruption to my live streams just because I live like 6 hours away from civilization. So to get it fixed might take a little bit of time. And then I felt so sick this morning that I've been pretty much sleeping all day until now because I just felt really sick and I feel good now. So it was kind of a rough start to today. We have the Ace of Spades. It is an Ace of Spades day. And of course, if you're watching these daily astrology videos at any other day besides today, it doesn't matter because this is going to be information that's helpful to you at any time. I'm just doing these daily astrology videos every day just so that I'm calling them daily astrology just because I come on every single day and it gives me a topic to talk about every day. But these are evergreen. You can listen to them any day of the week, any year of your existence, and they're still going to help you. So the Ace of Spades is a card of going extremely deep within yourself. It's basically, if we imagine a picture of it, it's like a seed that's planted underneath the ground and it's about to burst forth. But in order to access that seed, you have to dig underneath the soil to find it. Okay, so it's about digging, it's about going deeper. I also kind of picture it as like an onion where you have a layer on the outside, and if you keep going, there's just more and more and more layers. So it's this huge card of going deep. And you might ask yourself, what does the sun have to do with going deep? It doesn't really make sense when you just think about it briefly. But what I've learned is that one of the keys to really getting good at anything, and I mean anything, whether it's astrology or it's reading tarot cards or it's Reiki or it's surfing, for example, is you really need to be able to go deep. And how you do that is through using the sun. And the sun is the planet that is going to bring us consistency. Consistency means that every single day we get up and we do what it is that we want to get good at. So for instance, when I first came here, I like to use surfing because I'm surfing a lot. But when I first came here to Costa Rica, I was surfing a couple times a week. I was taking a lesson here and there. I stood up on my first, I think my second try to stand up on a surfboard. I stood up and it was amazing. But I was having some days where I was surfing very poorly and some days where I was surfing amazing. And I wasn't really getting out there every single day, right? But as soon as I activated the sun and I told myself, okay, every single day, no matter the conditions, no matter what's going on in the water, I'm going out there. And even if I'm going out there and I'm just riding the whitewash, and what that means is like you're not actually surfing. After the wave breaks, you're just catching the whitewash that the wave creates. So I told myself, even if I'm just catching the whitewash, or even if I'm just paddling all the way out to the lineup and just watching waves and learning how they break and learning how they look like and watching other people catch them, I am going to surf every single day. So from June until mid-December, or no, June until December, I was like sometimes having amazing surfing days. Sometimes I was having terrible surfing days. There was actually like 4 weeks. No, there was 2.5 months where I didn't catch a single wave. Once the end of December came along and January hit, I was in this mindset of, I need to change this. I want to learn how to surf. This is important to me. What can I do? So I decided that no matter what the conditions were, I was going to get out there and watch the waves and actually do something about this and be consistent with my efforts. So that's when I really started to get out there every single day. And now the only thing I do besides work is surf. I literally don't do anything else, you guys. So I'm surfing when I'm not working, when I'm not creating videos, and when I'm not with clients, I'm not writing my book. I'm surfing between 2.5 to 6 hours a day. So that's the truth of it. That's all I'm doing with my life right now is working and surfing. I'm not going to any fun parties. I'm not, going shopping. There's no place to shop. There's like no place to party. There's no art museums. There's not anything here. So you have two options. You can do nothing. You can read books or you can surf. So I'm working and I'm surfing. And when I started to get out there between 2.5 to 6 hours a day consistently, I went from not catching any waves to literally every single time I go out there, I'm catching at least a few waves. And sometimes I'm catching so many waves that I'm completely exhausted by the time that I get out there. The key to becoming better at something is to do the exact same thing every single day. It's that consistency. And it seems really simple, but it's actually a little bit more complex than I'm making it sound, because doing the same thing every day can feel kind of boring. So literally I go to the exact same little strip of beach. I don't venture out to other areas. I just go to the exact same strip of beach where, the variables are always going to be different because it's the ocean, but every other variable is the same. It's the same board. I have like 3 swimsuits to choose from. It's the same time of day. Everything is the same. And the other variables are what is training me. So the waves are going to be different every day. The people that I'm surfing with are going to be different every day. My energy level is going to be different every day. And those are the things that are going to train me. Those are always going to be there, right? The sun always has the moon. The moon is the adaptable, ever-changing thing. And the sun and moon are always this polarity that exists in the world. So we're always going to have that moon. But we have to be like the sun, and we have to be consistently there every single day, showing up to catch those waves or to practice writing poetry or to practice astrology, study astrology every single day if we actually want to improve. And the way that we can go deep is if we keep it simple. So one thing that I used to do, because I've always known about this little secret, is when I was a dog walker, I would walk the same path with my dogs every single day. Every single day. And what that allowed me to do was not to improve my walking or not to improve my relationship with my dogs, but it allowed me to go deeper with myself, because every single day I was walking the same exact path, the same 10-block radius through a park and past a river. But we always have the moon. So because I was consistent in my path and in my walking, I was able to be aware and present of the changes that were happening in my environment, around me, and within myself. So when we're consistent, we get to really connect also with our moon. So having a strong sun allows us to really be aware and conscious of the moon within ourselves, these ever-changing emotions, the ever-changing landscape. I will go out to the ocean today, and it's going to be a completely different ocean than it was 24 hours ago. And I'm going to be 1000% aware of those changes, because I go out to this ocean every single day for almost, between 2.5 to 6 hours a day. Okay. So this morning I didn't go because I was really sick, and my board is actually in the repair shop too. I had my computer in a repair shop, my board in a repair shop, and I was in the repair shop for the last 48 hours, but I'm getting it back this afternoon. So that'll be really exciting. But I noticed the changes because I'm consistent with what I do. So if you're consistent, and same thing with tarot, how I got good at tarot was I read tarot every single day. Every single day from the age of 12, I pulled a card and I read it. And I might have gotten the sun card, for instance, 1,000 times since I started reading tarot. But because I was consistent, and because I knew, oh, well, last time I got the sun, it meant this. This time I got the sun, it meant something else. I was able to see the full spectrum of what that sun card really meant. I was able to see the spectrum of what the Fool card really meant, and not just a small piece of it. So if you want to go deeper, you have to be consistent, and you have to do things in a way where you are strong and stable enough that you'll be able to notice the varying adjustments that happen, because the sun and the moon are always together. They're always rotating in this way, where when we have consistency, we can be more adaptable. Or when we have consistency, we can see the different changes that are happening. So because I get to surf every single day, I become way more adaptable, way more flexible. I know that if I'm riding a really steep wave, I need to be way further back on my board. If the wave has no steepness to it at all, it's really flat, it's really flat and fat, I can be really high up on my board, and I might have to be high up on my board to catch it. So I'm aware of how I need to be adaptable. I can live more in the present moment when I'm being consistent with my practice. And the cool thing is that that tends to lead to success, and it tends to lead to improvements, and it tends to lead to a deeper and better relationship with yourself. Because I go out to the ocean every single day for that long of a time, I get to also know myself better. I get to know my fears, my hopes, my strengths, my weaknesses, all of that. Okay, so let me see what you guys are saying, because I'd love to hear your feedback on all of this. And we will get this. Okay, you posted it on Facebook last year, $75 for a love reading, love potential, 60 minutes. Okay, Marina, I will think about something else. I probably won't do that same special this year, but I will think about something that I could do, hopefully. And thank you, Violet, for liking my glasses. And my teacher, Michael Reed, is here. Hello, Michael Reed. He's amazing. Please go check out his YouTube channel as well. He is very consistent with his videos. So yeah, everyone is agreeing and liking what I'm saying. And for everyone that's here, feel free to give this video a thumbs up so that we can get these videos out to more people, maybe more people that are curious about how to get better at doing anything. Because it's so simple, but it's also really tricky for people. So yeah, if you're thinking about improving anything in your life, whether it's astrology, whether it's surfing, whether it's getting good at cooking something. When I first learned how to fry an egg, for instance, I wanted to learn how to fry an over easy egg, and I had no idea how to do it. My dad bought me a dozen eggs, and he told me, he's like, you can literally destroy any of these eggs. Doesn't matter, just practice. Just practice. Here's an egg. If you fry it well, doesn't matter if you fry it perfectly, or if you fry it well, doesn't matter if you completely destroy it, it doesn't matter. But here are 12 eggs for you to practice with. So because I had these 12 eggs and I did it every single time the same way, eventually I was really, really good at frying eggs. So same thing. It's kind of like practice makes perfect. But what I'm really trying to get at is not practice makes perfect. It's more consistency that makes perfect, and not changing too many variables that makes perfect. Because sun, numerologically in the cards of truth system, is the number one. It's like trying to make it as simple as possible, the least amount of variables as possible, right? So no matter what you're doing, especially like if you're trying to get good at astrology, don't change too many variables when you're practicing. Don't try to do everything in astrology at once. Maybe just focus on one topic. Maybe just focus on the logitati of ashtas, which is more of an advanced topic in astrology. Maybe just focus on studying the signs if you're a beginner astrologer. Keep it really simple and you'll make a lot more improvements in your life, in your work, in yourself. That's one thing I'm really learning by being in Costa Rica, because my life is so simple. We talk about minimalism. We talked about minimalism in my video about Marie Kondo and minimalism in general. When you keep things simple, like when I've been in Costa Rica keeping things simple, like I have been, I feel like I've been able to work way more on myself. And I feel like I have improved as a human being, as a person, and like the different things that I think were holding me back mentally or emotionally, more in these past 8 months living here than I ever have in my life, because life is so simple. Like I said, I just surf and work, and I don't really do too much besides that, you know? So see if, you know, I guess we're back to the minimalism thing. See if there's anything else in your life that you can simplify more and make it a simpler process for yourself, so that you can really connect with the different variables, and let the variables themselves train you. I mean, I've started so many things in my life too, and I see the things that I really improved with were the things that I stuck with the longest. Like I've danced ballet, I've been a raw vegan chef, I've done so many things, but the things that I've actually had success with and improved with were the things I stuck with the most. And even when I was doing ballet, when I was actually pretty good at it for a while, it was because I was dancing ballet several times a week for 2 hours at a time. And when I wasn't dancing ballet at all is when I really sucked. And I always went to the same teacher in the same place in New York at the same time every single week. And because of that, I got some consistent results as well. So bottom line for this video is, if you want to improve at anything, you got to use your sun. Being consistent allows you to go deep. The Ace of Spades is said to be one of the most powerful cards in the deck, and it is an Ace of Spades day today. That's why we're talking about this. It is an Ace of Spades day today. So this is a day to tap into this wisdom. But like I said, these videos are good for any day, any day of the year, any year of your lifetime. But how we go deep, how we get into this knowledge of the occult, because the Ace of Spades is the card of the occult, is when we are consistent with ourselves and we are willing to be so simple and so still that we're able to see these changing variables. Okay, think about that for a second. It's kind of more complex than I can explain. Okay, yes, everyone's agreeing. And Smoke Stewart, hello, Nicole from St. Cloud. It's Sally. Thanks for the advice. Yes, Sally, it's so nice to hear from you. I read for Sally in person. Okay, yeah, and also there is a great, what was I going to say? There's a great book called Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind also, which is kind of like about that same concept. Like you can approach the same thing every single day from a new perspective. Maybe it's actually not about that, but I think one of the concepts was you can approach the same thing every day from a new perspective. So when you are like I'm going out there and I'm surfing every single day the same waves. I'm trying to approach it with a really fresh perspective, not letting myself get lazy with it, but really allowing myself to be open to the changing variables. So all of life, no matter if you are walking the same 10-block radius with your dogs every day, there are going to be things that change. Like in Minnesota, the weather is changing. So one day it could be freezing cold. The next day it could be kind of warm with leaves falling down. The next day it could be raining. So it really allows you to tune in to your internal and your external landscape. It allows you to go deeper. And sometimes in life, I feel this is the last point I wanted to make. And is sometimes in life, I feel like there's so much everything in our lives, social media, the social programming we have from movies and all of that is trying to push us into this external search for fulfillment, right? It's like, okay, we need to be scrolling Instagram 20 hours a day so that we can be tuned into everything and everyone and we can be a part of what is. Or we need to be buying stuff, or we need to be consuming this or that or the other thing. When really what's, I think, going to be most helpful for people right now living in this environment is to go deeper. So I think everyone can really afford to go deeper. I think the Ace of Spades is the most powerful card in the deck because the Ace of Spades allows us to go deeper. And when we go deep, that is where our power is from. What would the earth do without the sun? We're getting our power, we're getting our energy from the sun. So if you really want to have energy in your life, you really want to have power in your life, you've got to tap into the sun, you've got to go deeper. You have to be consistent with what you're trying to go deep with, and a lot of things will change for yourself. So maybe these daily astrology videos will help me to be more consistent and go deeper with astrology as well. I'm sure that that is the case. And I wish you guys all the best of luck with your search and your attempts with going deeper in your own life. But remember, the key is to be really, 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 really simple to the point where it's almost boring. That's why the simplest meditation techniques are usually the best, where you're just focusing on your breath. You're not focusing on 1,000 mantras or visualizing a purple bunny with a rainbow over it or any nonsense like that. The most potent meditation techniques are usually the simplest. So simplicity is key. We're back on that minimalism thing that we're talking about, but it is what it is. Es lo que es, you know? ¿Sabes? Okay. All right, Mayor is here. Sandeep is here. Like I said, Jenna is here. Everyone is here. Feel free to subscribe if you're new to my channel or you're just catching me for the first time. I post live videos 5 days a week, sometimes also on the weekends. It's a new thing I'm starting and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm probably going to keep it up for quite a while. And I also do some more creative videos and some more beautiful looking videos on my channel, which I will have more time to do now. And I would love to see you guys in a reading. This is Valentine's Day week, so you can schedule any reading on my website and we can focus it more on love and relationships, including coaching sessions with me. You are welcome to set up a single coaching session for $150 where we can just approach any relationship issues you're having or relationship opportunities you're looking at. So you're welcome to do that as well. That's a little bit of a special because usually I like to do a initial coaching session with people. Okay. Ashley is asking if the Ace of Spades is also the death card. It is not in the system I study. It is not the death card. Okay. And Sarah is here. Hello. And what keeps me up at night is asking a great question. How can our sun sign help us with this? Well, I think your sun sign is going to show you kind of the way that you're operating within your own consistency. So for instance, my sun is in Cancer. So my approach is going to be way more emotional. Like, do I feel like going surfing today? And the way that I react to the things I'm doing emotionally has a huge impact on my success or failure. So I really have to focus on getting in touch with my own emotional self and having my emotions under control, because I myself am a person with a lot of variables. I'm not going to be the same person every day with my sun in Cancer. That I have more of a connection with that moon, that ever-changing sort of energy. I'm very inconsistent. So for me, having my sun in Cancer, being this consistent person is going to be more difficult, and there's going to be this emotional energy to it. I mentioned this before because my friend David Palmer, the Leo King, kind of inspired me to do these daily videos, and he's a daily consistent kind of person because he is a Leo and sun is really strong in Leo. So I'm going to get going, you guys. It was so nice to be able to chat with all of you. And I hope that you enjoy this Ace of Spades day. And remember, you can use this lesson, this knowledge at any time. This is just a day for me to bring this to your attention. And again, feel free to subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I hope I have some cooler surf stories to tell you. I finally got some good rest and I'm ready to hopefully surf for sunset tonight. So have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.